What's
Hi,
up,
how
Tony?
are you?
Man, I'm jazzed I get to talk with both of you. Are you kidding?
Please mutual, my brother.
Man, uh, first of all, congratulations on Earth Abides. It's a wonderful cautionary tale.
Oh yeah,
Thank you
hey,
so
that's a
much.
wonderful. Thank you.
Jessica, talk to me a little bit about your character Emma and what was it like putting on her skin, so to speak?
Oh, it's interesting. Emma reintroduced me to myself. It almost was instead of putting on her skin, it was removing the excess that we put on ourselves to go back to the original, to go back to the purity, to go back to the truth. I think we put a lot on ourselves every day, and we put certain things on a totem pole. When you remove all of that, which this unfortunate virus has done, it's removed everything that she deems important, and so she has to refine herself. And playing her, I felt the best way to do that was to do self work on myself as well. So it wasn't necessarily putting on her skin; it was getting back to the truth of what's right in front of me.
Wow. And Alexander, Ish is, basically us. We're living this through your eyes. That's a double responsibility for an actor, I think, because not only are you playing the character, but you're also, you know, telling the tale to us, so to speak.
I love this saying, the audience doesn't come to see you, they
Hmm.
come to see themselves.
Absolutely.
And the best way I can do that is to experience it as fully as I possibly can as an actor. So it is prevalent in everything I do, but that notion that the audience is experiencing it through my eyes, but also my main responsibility is to Ish and to fully embody the experiences and everything that he's going through. And if I do that, I have enough faith that people will feel the way that I did when I did it. And this truly was the hardest thing I've done. The first episode in particular was it took an emotional toll that I'd never really experienced before. It was also the most rewarding, and what I love about this show is though the concept of the end of the world, it seems like a dark concept. This is about the rebirth of a world as well. It's about humanity and connections and to me, it's the most true apocalyptic show that has been made because it's the most true to what would actually happen.
Yeah.
What would we do if suddenly tomorrow you woke up and the world ended? How would you begin? What would you look for? How would you survive? It's like you got to kill your own food. You have to find people that you trust to rebuild with.
I don't think anybody is ready for that, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Killing and stripping your own food and it's so physically demanding. I would imagine, Jessica, that this is one of the most physically demanding roles you've ever taken on.
Physically, emotionally, mentally, yes, absolutely, all the way around.
And in presenting that to us, you do such an excellent job. I mean, we see it in your countenance that, the weight of the world is on you.
Absolutely. But she says it in episode 2, my body is made for this. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like meant to take the weight of the world. We're meant to be one with the earth. We're meant to, you know what I mean, connect. We're meant to love. We're meant to give and receive all of that. So I think that one of the most beautiful things is the size of her heart. And I think that's why she can hold everything on her back because her heart is so strong. Her brain is so strong. She's just an amazing woman.
Alexander, how much do the sets inform your character in the action?
That's a great question. It obviously depends on the set. If I was shooting Vikings, it's very easy. You're surrounded by it and you feel like you're there. With this, in its own turn, y- it was just there's this emptiness. I mean, when you walk
Mhm.
into a fully empty casino, a place that is meant to be filled with people, it is a kind of surreal
Yeah.
experience. So for me, it is massively influential in my process and how I um, become Ish every day.
Hmm. Yeah, I would imagine that. it's like a theater, a live performance in a way where you walk on and then you're involved immediately because of where you are.
Absolutely. This show was the closest I've been to theater. And I come from theater, and being able to be in a situation when Todd Cormanicki told me day one, he said, this is not a show up, hit your mark and say your line. We are living in this, and we are
Wow.
experiencing. I want you all to just feel free to just live. And it was amazing. And set deck it helped so much.
Totally.
I mean, the crew on this show was just outstanding. Everybody top notch.
The greens
at what they did.
department, just
Everything.
everybody was incredible. Yeah.
Jessica, that you mentioned that you come from theater. I mean, rhythmically, are there cadences and musical notes that you hit as far as being Emma? Are there rhythms that she has?
That's a really great question. I don't think there's rhythms, but I knew what instrument I picked. I'm big on instruments. I'm a musician, so having been in multiple orchestras, you know that everybody has an instrument that they play.
Mhm.
And I knew whose instrument was to me, and I knew who mine was. So I did sort of stick to that bass beat. I felt that she was the bass drum. I felt that she kept the
Wow.
sort of I felt that she kept the ground firm. You know, she's that person. I felt that Ish, not me telling him about him, but I felt that Ish was something that could become a wildfire, or it could be, not even lit. And I think that Emma helps him find that. But also finds it in.
Had you ever handled firearms before? I mean, I have to say, you look so natural holding a rifle.
Thank you. A lot of people would be very happy. I don't like guns. Oh, you would never find me with one, but I have
Trust
to.
me, she doesn't need a gun to be intimidating.
Yeah, believe me.
But I felt great. I felt really strong, and it was a wonderful person that helped me sort of understand the gun. And also, I've worked with it in numerous other shows as well, so that's why.
Alexander, as people discover Earth Abides, what do you think they'll take away with them from it?
I think a sense of my hope is that they have a sense of hopefulness, but in humanity and a reminder of how grateful we should be to live how we live, and hopefully a reignited sense of purpose and love for one another. It's through all of this. I mean, we go through so many trials and tribulations in this show, but at the very end of it, without giving too much away, I believe there is a sense of immense. It gives you a sense that what we do here, in terms of our existence, is tremendously important, and connecting with one another is of the utmost importance.
I'm going to give you the last word, Jessica. What do you think audience will take away from Earth Abides?
I hope that they are able to look in the mirror and find each character in themselves and truly, truly do the work to find out what their purpose is and how they can better the world and each other.
I want to thank you both for your time. I do want to leave you with this too, that as I'm watching the episodes, your background people are just incredible. I have to say that because there's nobody like, looking at their watch or whatever. It's the entire cast, and I'm going to probably just include the crew with that, is so involved in this that you lose the fact that it's being filmed.
That's the greatest compliment you could ever give us, is what you just said. I mean, that's what we live to do. Is if you lost yourself in this, then we've done our job. And I agree. It's like, that's the beauty of what we do. It's collective art. And so much of what you just said is thanks to Todd Cormanicki, because even while he was on set, he was making sure that even the background actors knew how important their job was, because it is so important. Because I do the exact same thing. Sometimes I'll look around, and I'm so glad you brought that up, and thank you for those really kind words.
Yes.
And thank you for stumbling through this interview with me too. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, brother. Have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye.